Join us on Thursday, December 28th. Wilson Cattle Company and Gensini Show Cattle host their bred female sale. Online bidding will be hosted by SC Online Sales. For sale questions, contact Colby Tabor at 309-335-1939. Again, check out the offering from Wilson Cattle Company and Gensini Show Cattle on SC Online Sales.
Welcome, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. We're going to do a preview here of Charlie Wilson's and Joe Gensini's bred female sale here coming up. First off, I'd like to say that, this is something that is not normally done. And so this kind of a live preview of you seeing the livestock is something that is a little different to our industry. We know there's a lot of sight unseen people and everybody's busy and doesn't have time to travel and see them all the time. We felt like that you might have a better look this way, and at the same time get to hear from the breeders themselves and hear their thoughts and stuff like that, and get just a little more on the inside. Just recently, SCO and Walton Webcasting has teamed up to provide these, and so this is going to be the first one that we've teamed up to provide for our sellers, and so we appreciate them for helping us out there. Charlie and Joe, I want to just start with you guys. I want to give an overall view of what you got to offer, what these heifers have been through, how they've been fed, things like that. Just kind of some of them housekeeping things that the buyers might wish to know. I know the AI dates are all they've been preg checked to these AI dates, and there's no guarantees, but you're pretty convinced that they are going to be to most of their AI dates. But tell us something about that. Tell us about the cattle. Tell us about those cleanup bulls that you guys have turned out. Exceptional set. Joe, we'll start with you and tell us a little something about them.
Yep, absolutely, Dave. Thank you. This is going to be really cool for everybody at home that's getting a chance to watch this for the first time. I want to say that, just talking about the cattle, Charlie and I have ran these sets of heifers individually, his at his place, mine at mine. They've came together here the last 35, 40 days. And they'll continue to be together here in Hennepin, Illinois, if you'd like to come view them. But neither one of our places have the ability to feed these like fat cattle. So they are in working rig. They're ready to come home and be tremendous donors and cows for all the new buyers. Dave, on it just a second there about, we do have preg check and AI dates for these heifers. Our vets are only as good as their arms are, so you never know. One might not make an AI date. When they don't make an AI date, we did list both of our cleanup bulls that these heifers have ran with. Mine is a capitalist son that I bought from Rock Falls Angus out in South Dakota about 3 years ago. He's a bona fide great Cavanese purebred Angus bull. Corey Thompson bought him for me. I think I give $9,000 for him. Charlie, you want to talk about your bull a little bit?
Yep. We ran ours with, I call him Jake, purebred Angus bull, an Insight 605 I got from Bloomberg's there in Illinois. Again, bona fide Cavanese. We've had a couple calf crops out of him, no issues. Most of ours, like Joe's, like we said, are hopefully stuck to them AI dates. But if something did slip by, two very nice Angus bulls that shouldn't have any problems with.
Yeah, great. Thanks, guys. I know that these guys take great pride in this set of livestock and in their whole operations in general. Both of them are very passionate. They're both hard workers. Charles a little more than Joe, but it is they do take great pride in everything they do, and the people around it that sit in the industry can obviously see that in the presentation of the livestock. Reiterate one thing before we go on to start talking about the livestock is Joe made the comment to come to Hennepin and see him. We do advise that. If all possible, come see him. Otherwise, give one of the reps a call, give Charlie or Joe a call. They'll describe the livestock to you the way they see them. and you won't be happy. I actually think that I've known these guys long enough, and myself, we take great pride in someone buying something, them getting it, and saying, "Hey, it's just like they said." So, anyway, we're going to get into the first lot here with lot number one and start going through the breds. Lot number one, she's a chosen one. I guess that's probably my favorite bull of all times, right there. Now that's an inside for most of you there, but because I own part of the bull. But anyway, we can start off with a smile. Chosen one on a middleman, bred heifer, bred to May we all. AI date of May the 14th. This is one Joe made as lot number one. And they all can't be lot number one, but this is the one that he chose to start out with. Joe, tell us why she's lot number one.
Yep, thanks, Dave. So I bought this heifer as an open heifer from Schlesky's in South Dakota. Matter of fact, Charlie, I think the day you and I were there, she was sick on the side of her mother. I didn't really know what I was getting. That cow that she's out of is just a whale of a nice Maine Anjou cow, beefy. We don't have a particular order here. So, we started at the top. Devin Cox, one of my guys here, my hired man, my best buddy, he loves this heifer. She's gentle. She's got long hair, big feet, awesome rugged running gear. We think these chosen ones are going to make unbelievable club calf cows. And being bred to May we all, I don't see where a guy could go wrong. So we put two chosen ones right up at the top of the sale for us.
Yeah, that's great. That's lot number one, tag 39, chosen one. So moving on here to lot two, everybody knows colors in, and the what color than a strawberry run one to have is Charlie's first one. Lot two is a outsider on a heat wave calf. She registers actually as a Shorthorn Plus AI to Love and Size on May the 5th. Charlie, I'm surprised to see you let one colored like this go, because this right here is a southern steer raiser, horn steer raiser.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. There's a few in the sale that you darn sure question why you're letting go, but to make this sale of the quality that we wanted, we had to offer females like this. Like you said, I think this one can raise some shorthorn colored ones. Really, really good muscled, good on her wheels, really nice haired. As you'll see through the sale, we tried the Love and Size bull of Timmy Heckman's and Wade Rogers, a Red Bull from Horns. I think could generate something right out the gate that is worth selling, worth little money. There's a handful of these that we actually broke as opens. This is one of them. So really, really good in terms of attitude. Shouldn't be any problems there.
On here to lot three, another one of those chosen ones like Joe talked about there a while ago, with a couple of them right there to the top, out of a maternal maid, bred heifer, AI to full tilt. I think this one, if I'm not mistaken, Joe, is out of one of your past show heifers that your kids showed.
Yep, she is, Dave. Thanks for that. So this is another chosen one out of a maternal maid cow we call Izzy. We bought Izzy from Jared Boyd a few years ago when the kids were young. She had a real successful show career, been breed champion a bunch, made the top fives. This heifer, Charlie talked about him being hard to let go. If anybody knows my wife good enough, they know that everything is hard to let go. And this one is one of those. She's been a standout since she was born. Super gentle. Buy with confidence here, guys. This is a really, really nice chosen one maternal maid. She is triple clean also.
That's way cool. Way cool. I do know your wife, and she is hard to let go. And I know that Izzy cow family has been very spoken of many, many times when I'm going through the Gensini livestock. So, all right, moving on to lot four. Lot four is a In God We Trust. Charlie sticking with some color here. In God We Trust walks alone, and what better way that mating, for some reason I've been hearing that a lot, that walks alone and that In God We Trust, and both of those pedigrees have been very well sought after when it comes to making cows. Bred heifer, bred to love and size. Charlie, tell us about this smoke here that you got here at the top of the sale.
Yes, another one we like a lot. Extremely powerful. Good on her feet and legs. This one is a full sib to the steer we sold a few years ago to the Bell family through Tony Jeffs that ended up winning Kansas City steer show. I mean, if you're wanting to raise some club calves, doesn't matter if it's in the north or the south. I think this is one a guy could really tie into.
Yeah, I don't think that this one needs to be on the short list for sure. That smoke there. Moving on here to lot 5. This is an Angus, and this is a freaky made Angus, as you can well see by that picture and video. Follow me. Next up, bred heifer, AI to Sweet Willie. I think this one right here is awful good, and I mean for an Angus, she is burly. Joe, what do you got? What do you got here on lot 5?
Yeah, Dave, I've been starting to play and dabble with a few Angus. We're getting ready to introduce a new bull called Closing Time. I just felt like this Angus heifer, she needed to be up towards the top of the sale. I mean, a lot of these Angus cattle nowadays are lacking a little hair. They're lacking a little stout, a little true muscle. You're not going to find this in this heifer. She is bold-ribbed, big-legged, long-haired. I mean, if you want to pick on her a little bit, she's got some chest. Breed her to Closing Time, and that will disappear immediately. I do want to point out this heifer was bred as early as any of ours. We bred her to Sweet Willie, so she'll be having a main Angus registrable calf. Really nice bred heifer. One of my favorites, honestly.
Yeah, thank you, Joe, and you're right about that. I was going to point out she's bred to calve early. So, moving on here to lot 6, one that Charlie's brought at us. Either he is trying to fake us out or something, but he's going to keep half interest in this one. And I think I know why. Number one, and most importantly, these maternal maids have been making some awesome cows. I know this fall there's been a lot of good maternal maids that's been out of a lot of good cattle that's been out of maternal made cows, and then out of the 275 Whiskey Kelly dam. I think that sums it up there on why Charlie's going to keep a piece of this one, and he will be a good partner. She's bred to love and size, and she registers up as a maintainer. Charlie, you tell us your thoughts on this one.
I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. I mean, this is a nice female. I think she can go both ways and raise some really top-end females. I think she can raise some really nice show steers. My wife, more than me, wants to keep half of her, if not all of her, but we decided to offer half to the public. This is a really nice bred. Probably one of the nicest ones that we've had. It's going to be fun to see who our new partner is.
Yeah, that'll be cool, and whoever it is will enjoy the ride with that one for sure. And you guys will do a good job. And looks like you learned how to compromise with the wife and met halfway. It sounds like. Hey, moving on to lot 7. I kind of chuckle because Joe gave me some notes here whenever started, and he said terrible picture, but this I honestly don't think that picture's bad at all. I think that's a very good picture. Again, one of those maternal maids, legacy raptor on a legacy raptor cow, one that registers up as a maintainer, and again, those maternal maids, they've been showing up on the bottom side of them pedigrees on them good livestock all fall, so don't miss out here. Joe, tell us about this one. This one here looks burly to me.
Yeah, she is. This heifer comes from probably my easiest doing cow family on the place. I bought the grand dam to this heifer some 10, 12 years ago. She still runs around this place. I've got several daughters out of her. I'd love to keep this. Like Charlie said, I mean, we can't keep them all. We're trying to grow this bred heifer sale. She's a little bit fat, not going to lie, but she is a beast. Very easy doing, very fertile cow family. Awesome heifer.
Yeah, great. I like that one real well. You can watch her go and see the barrel and rib cage in that one. I'm really going through them. Go to lot 8. Lot 8, tag 175. Another one of those colored up. In God we trust. Smoke on the water. This one right here is an open cow. She's an 18 model. She's THPH DS free. She's triple clean. Charlie likes this one really good. He's went as far as to flush her, and she actually just got flushed today. We haven't even got the results back, and so by the time you're watching these videos, we'll be able to tell you some results. But he flushed her here today. I'm going to say that it took a little bit to talk Devin into this one, Charlie. Just by I know this one. Stout built. Raise a club calf to the next level. So tell us how you talked Devin out of this one.
Honestly, Dave, we got this one from a buddy in Ohio, Nick Schroeder. And when she showed up today, Devin's like, well, why are we getting rid of this one? And I said, well, I got to have numbers for the bred heifer sale. And it doesn't just call she's open. This is a really nice young cow. We did get one flush in her today. Excited to hear the results. We did her to How Great Thou Art. Again, really nice on her feet and legs. Stout, burly. I think this one could be pretty fun, raising some smokes. Really nice young donor cow.
Looks just like her videos, ladies and gentlemen, and when it comes right down to it, you're buying a donor cow there, and that's exactly what she is, exactly what she looks like, is your next donor. All right, moving on to lot 9. There's 2 full sibs of these, 24 carat. This is Angus. She's a 24 carat on X win, and AI to Daddy's Money. An awful nice one. It kind of resembles that heifer a while ago that Charlie said that he hated to see go and ended up on. Kind of cool look or balance. Joe, tell us about this tier 24 carat heifer.
Yep, thanks, Dave. I'll start by saying we call this one's mother Kiki. If you're around here at all, you'll know a little bit about Kiki. Kiki is an X out of Brian Gottemiller's Winnie donor. I gave $52,000 for her when she was a calf. My kids were actually too young to show her, so we let the Chamberlain girls show her that year. And as a calf, she was reserved in Kansas City, and we showed her a little in the winter, and she won some prospect shows. But long story short, there's 2 of these. I'm not going to elaborate much on the next lot when we come to her. This is the younger, more moderate heifer of the 2. Both are bred to Daddy's Money. This female is triple clean. Her sister coming up is actually a TH carrier. So that cow was hot. This one is clean, though. I mean, watch her video. Come and see her in person. Really solid Maine Angus bred heifer. These are the kind of cattle that I'm really looking forward to breeding more of.
Yeah, when Joe bought that cow, or this one's mother, and I remember him saying to me one time, he says, "Come and look at her." He says, "I don't care if we ever show her," and that has about he stuck to it because he's made an awesome donor cow out of her. Lot 10, tag 137, Brockle face, bred heifer here now. Cool colored. I guarantee you I'm a sucker for one that's got a little chrome. I like chromes on my car a while, and I like my cattle the same way. This is a 1 oak on a dirty, hairy heat seeker. love and size.
Yeah, this one got some interesting pieces. Really, really big footed, hair for days. I think this one could be mated up for some club calves and be pretty successful. A lot of these you'll see under the genetic results test pending. I did send blood in on all these ones. Hopefully, we get it back before sale day and we'll get that posted. And we'll get lucky if a couple of these come back clean. But another one I think for raising the steers down the road is really, really nice.
I totally agree. I think that one right there is a club calf mama all day long. And she's good colored. A lot of 11s. That the second full sister of those pennies. Joe said this one right here is a TH carrier, but that might be the only thing. She is a freak of nature. You want something about her? Talked about sister there while bred to daddy's like the other one, registers up as a maintainer. 20 at Winnie.
Yep, just a little bit older, bigger, taller, longer version of her sister. Depending on how you like them, both these are real solid main Angus heifers. Both bred to daddy's money.
Very good. All right, lot number 12, tag 42. One here that is an I-80 Patty O'Malley heat wave. Obviously, these I-80s have made good cows, and you'll hear that pedigree on the bottom side a lot when you see some country like I've seen. She is open lush. She's a 21 model that is TH and PHA clean. I think this one right here is very good. I think this could be the next donor. And with that being said, Charlie just recently, he flushed her today. We'll know the results by the time you all are looking at these videos. But you want to talk about 4 feet of hair and a major case of choking the neck. This here, why I-80's got that. Charlie, say a few words about this one.
Yep, this would be the second of our 2 young donors that we put on. Again, like Dave said, sales open. Flusher today to How Great Thou Art also. Kind of a cool story on this one. She goes back to one of the show heifers when I showed and Patty O'Malley Heat Wave that won Junior Nationals, Kansas City, the Iowa State Fair. Sold this heifer actually as an open heifer to a family and bought her back as a bred heifer. She's only had 1 calf. I thought we would offer another young donor. I think this one could be real nice down the road. Comes to us maybe a little greener condition. We weren't going to sell her. Pulled her late from the group of cows. Got her in with the group of breds, and here she is to offer on the sale. Another really nice young donor.
Yeah, I appreciate those words, Charlie, because that just goes to show right there that guy just calls it the way it is. And this one here is maybe just a little greener to some sale rig ready cattle, but he wants to offer them and offer the good ones, and that's what he's done right here. So don't let obviously she's not skinny people. I mean, they're here looks like she's going to raise something in the future with a neck and hair and feet and legs and bone like that. I think that one right there is going to be a great donor cow. Lot number 13, tag 37. This is a Sweet Willie. Sweet Willie is owned right here at this firm out of a maternal made dam bred heifer. She'll register up as a maintainer. We will say that she wasn't. She's not AI'd. She is pasture exposed to captain. So just wanted to make that clear. She is a DS carrier, TH free, PHA free. This is a very solid one here that I don't want you guys to miss just because she's not AI'd, because this is a very good one. Joe, don't you think?
All right. Yeah, thanks, Dave. I wanted to point out on this heifer. So she started her life a little bit rough. She was born here on my place. She's out of a past high-selling bred heifer that I ended up partnering with Ward Eckloff and Barry Ryman We bought her from Blaine Rogers. She goes back to one of his donor cows when he lived in California. So her mother, we calved her here. We sent her immediately up to 605 with a calf at her side. And this little heifer was raised up there in the snowbanks in South Dakota for the first couple months. So she got a late start. With that being said, she was a little bit behind when she came home. She just didn't get cycling early. So we didn't catch her in heat. I breed all my heifers off natural heats. And she ended up getting bred exposed to our herd sire captain. About 3 generations of really solid club calf in her mama's pedigree. We feel like Sweet Willie has done a tremendous job making new cows, and the heart of our herd is all Sweet Willie. So really, really, really solid purchase here.
Yeah, Sweet Willie, I'd have to say that too. He's done a good job here in recent times. We're going to move on to lot 14, purebred semis. We're getting into the purebred division here, it looks like. Baldy female. Charlie's brought to us copacetic out of a loaded up Serena. And if you know anything, Slim and Tall's them things right there. That Serena deal is a hot item. There's many of them that go back to that cow family. She's an AI to double up. Pretty good female right here, just rock solid, purebred semi.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, coming into a few more of my more maternal bred ones, some Cinetals. This heifer is a little bit older, really powerful. Got the extras, big feet, long necked, cool blaze face. Chose to breed some of these semis this year to double up. Cavanese bull, like Dave hit on, goes back to that Serena cow. I think is very well known within that Cinetal breed. Just a really nice purebred. I think could be a really nice young donor for someone.
Yeah, and I think if we were just more patient in the cattle business, it'd be nice just to let these get just a little more mature and a little to them like this one's got before they have their first calf. I think that's actually a major positive in this Baldy female right here is that she's just a little older. I actually like that. So they get a better head start. Okay, lot 15, tag 23. This is a young one. You won't find one that's easier keeping right here than this one. This was an old show heifer. I think it was actually, Joe can tell us here, but I think it's one of Cade's first show heifers. She's evolution on Ivory's Angel. She's a 16 model cow that they've had around here. Charlet composite, AI'd her to in God, which they didn't skimp on what they bred her to for the new. So Joe, tell us something about this one.
Yep, Dave. So I've got a few of these cows. This was, in fact, one of Cade's first show heifers. I actually had the opportunity to only buy half of this cow when she was a show from Jason Spinner. He had gotten her from John Sullivan. Everybody about the great Ivory Angel cow. She's just been an incredible mother. We've been fortunate enough to have 3 or 4 heifer calves that we've kept out of this cow. You know, like you said, she can get fat on air. She got AI'd to In God We Trust. She was not cleaned up with a bull, so she's got an inner. Just thought it was time for us to go ahead and offer some of the best. And some of these cows have been bringing some money here throughout the country, and we thought, well, here's one for you. If you want to have some confidence, I'd look at this lot 15.
Yeah, that just looks like one of the pounding styles that can raise one. So I think that's kind of cool right there. A lot of people are going to say maybe she's got a little chest, but gee whiz, she's the kind, you know, and like you said, she gets fat off of fresh air, so she won't take much groceries to feed her. All right, lot 16, tag 154. There's two of these full sibs on sale. We'll talk about the second one here in a little bit. The other one's lot 26. But 16 is another purebred semi that Chuck's brought us. This Sam, she's a Sam broker. And I don't know, they had this little hill this past weekend down there at that Stillwater, Oklahoma. And it was just a little low average sale. I don't know what, if I heard Sam and broker once, I heard times in a 2-day period, and every time I Sam and broker, it seems like there was dollar figures and dollar signs involved. So that pedigree's awesome. Sam on a broker cow, purebred semi, AI to double up. Chuck, tell us about this Baldy, because she's pretty cool in my opinion.
Yep, Dave. Like you said, there's a pair of these females. I got these as opens from the Gilberts in Ohio. Really matured into some really nice breds. This bald face of the sisters is probably a little higher tying. Really, really good looking. I would say she's probably the more feminine of the two. I think something in the purebred world has got some pedigree behind her and could be a really, really nice purebred Simmental cow. Bred to double up. Another should be no problems in terms of cavities.
Yeah, that'd be good. That heifer there is awful nice, and like you said, that one right there's got a look, and she is high tying in her neck and shoulder. All right, we're going to move on to females. A lot 17, 8, 9. They're all sibs. They're all sweet willies on Mia, and Mia needs no introduction industry. Mia is a style red Thunder kids, Joe and Carrie's kids. I shouldn't call them Joe's kids or Carrie's kids. I believe Kay this one. She was a black and white style red, very successfully shown, won a lot of shows. I happened to be there when she won a lot of them, and I'm telling you what, she's one of them ones at the ring. She done it and won it with authority, and then even moreover has come back to be a donor cow and just raising them dollar signs after dollar signs, and we can sit here and talk about all the ones that she's raised, and it's the dollar figures are whether it's 15,000 to 75,000 raised them. So that cow family, when you're buying these next three, you're buying part of that cow family as well. And Lord knows, when I met my wife, her mom goes like I'll get out, and if anybody knows my wife, she goes like out. So these, if they're anything like their mother, they're gonna produce. AI to Vegas with sex semen. Joe, tell us about this trio of heifers right here.
Yep, you bet. So I want to tell a little bit of a story, and these might take a minute. Charlie and Devin both asked me, the only way that we're going to make this bred heifer sale elite is they want me to sell cattle that we would want to buy. And I don't know what more to say. I mean, this is absolutely out of what I feel like is one of, if not the best cow I've got on the place. Charlie sold a $62,000 in-God steer out of, we call her Mama Mia. He sold he sold 4 or 5 a few years ago, I think, Charlie, for like a $25,000 average. That, Dave, you bought one of those that won the Ohio Beef Expo. This cow doesn't miss. She raised the $30,000 Gronk heifer this fall. She just raised the Reserve Grand Champion Maintainer Bull at North American in Louisville. Her first calf was honestly a full sib to these 3 heifers that we kept as a promotion bull we call twofold. And let me tell you, I say this very, very confidently, that bull has been way, way underused. Bottom line, me as a generator, we start with this one only because I felt like she was kind of the combination of the 3. She's not as freaky as the next one. But she is, I guess in my opinion, just the ultimate complete Mia. You know, I've seen a lot of these now. Mia herself is a very, very good egg producer, so we've had lots of progeny around here. If you want to get a piece of Mia, this is probably going to be the cheapest way to do it. I've sold lots of eggs, and they all bring, you know, upwards of $2,000 an egg. So this be a good way to get a piece of Mia. These are clean, triple clean.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to add here, and we're going to kind of keep this here Mia thing going and use this same video for all three lots, or same audio for all three lots. Lot 17 is bred to that he just talked is bred to Vegas. 18 is bred to Full Tilt, and 19 is bred to May We All. So anyway, look at these, and because I do know that cow will never probably leave this place. I can't see her leaving. There's a lot of sentimental value to her, but most importantly, she is a generator. And when Joe put these 3 full sibs to 2-fold in here, I was about flipped out. I couldn't believe it, to be honest. So anyway, we'll move on. But these 3, mark them on your short list and bid early, bid often.
Yeah, real quick on lot 18 here, I do want to mention I actually have this. I mean, this one of the 3 is halter broke. She was up at the show barn for quite a while. We just got overwhelmed with numbers. The kids always complain about having too many in the barn. This animal should have been shown. You buy her pictures and videos. She would have made a whale of a show heifer.
All right, we're going to move on to emails. A lot 17, 8, 9. They're all sibs. They're all sweet willies on Mia, and Mia needs no introduction industry. Mia is a style red Thunder kids, Joe and Carrie's kids. I shouldn't call them Joe's kids or Carrie's kids. I believe Kay, this one, she was a black and white style red, very successfully shown, won a lot of shows. I happened to be there when she won a lot of them, and I'm telling you what, she's one of them ones at the ring. She done it and won it with authority, and then even moreover has come back to be a donor cow and just raising them dollar signs after dollar signs. And we can sit here and talk about all the ones that she's raised, and it's the dollar figures are whether it's 15,000 to 75,000 raised them. So that cow family, when you're buying these next 3, you're buying part of that cow family as well. And Lord knows, when I met my wife, her mom goes like all get out, and if anybody knows my wife, she goes like out. So these, if they're anything like their mother, they're gonna produce. AI to Vegas with sex semen. Joe, tell us about this trio of heifers right here.
Yep, you bet. So I want to tell a little bit of a story, and these might take a minute. Charlie and Devin both asked me, you know, the only way that we're going to make this bred heifer sale elite is they want me to sell cattle that we would want to buy. And I don't know what more to say. I mean, this is absolutely out of what I feel like is one of, if not the best cow I've got on the place. Charlie sold a $62,000 in-God steer out of, we call her Mama Mia. He sold he sold 4 or 5 a few years ago, I think, Charlie, for like a $25,000 average. That, Dave, you bought one of those that won the Ohio Beef Expo. This cow doesn't miss. You know, she raised the $30,000 Gronk heifer this fall. She just raised the Reserve Grand Champion Maintainer Bull at North American in Louisville. Her first calf was honestly a full sib to these 3 heifers that we kept as a promotion bull we call 2-fold. And let me tell you, I say this very, very confidently, that bull has been way, way underused. Bottom line, me as a generator, we start with this one only because I felt like she was kind of the combination of the three. She's not as freaky as the next one, but she is, she is, I guess, in my opinion, just the ultimate complete Mia. I've seen a lot of these now. Mia herself is a very, very good egg producer, so we've had lots of progeny around here. If you want to get a piece of Mia, this is probably going to be the cheapest way to do it. I've sold lots of eggs, and they all bring, upwards of $2,000 an egg. So this be a good way to get a piece of Mia. These are clean, triple clean.
Yes, lot 17 is bred to that he just talked is bred to Vegas. 18 is bred to Full Tilt, and 19 is bred to May We All. So anyway, look at these, and because I do know that cow will never probably leave this place. I can't see her leaving. There's a lot of sentimental value to her, but most importantly, she is a generator. And when Joe put these 3 full sibs to 2-fold in here, I was about flipped out. I couldn't believe it, to be honest. So anyway, we'll move on. But these 3, mark them on your short list and bid early, bid often.
Moving on to lot 19. She's probably the chubbiest bodied, deepest ribbed heifer of the 3. I don't think you can go wrong with any of these 3. Just solid cattle out of our Mia donor. So Mia is, right on the edge of producing darn near $400,000 worth of show calves already in a short 4 years.
Females, a lot 17, 8, 9. They're all sibs. They're all sweet willies on Mia, and Mia needs no introduction industry. Mia is a style red Thunder kids, Joe and Carrie's kids. I shouldn't call them Joe's kids or Carrie's kids. I believe Kay this one. She was a black and white style red, very successfully shown, won a lot of shows. I happened to be there when she won a lot of them, and I'm telling you what, she's one of them ones at the ring. She done it and won it with authority, and then even moreover has come back to be a donor cow and just raising them dollar signs after dollar signs. And we can sit here and talk about all the ones that she's raised, and it's the dollar figures are whether it's 15,000 to 75,000 raised them. So that cow family, when you're buying these next 3, you're buying part of that cow family as well. And Lord knows, when I met my wife, her mom goes like I'll get out, and if anybody knows my wife, she goes like out. So these, if they're anything like their mother, they're gonna produce. AI to Vegas with sex semen. Joe, tell us about this trio of heifers right here.
Yep, you bet. So I want to tell a little bit of a story, and these might take a minute. Charlie and Devin both asked me, the only way that we're going to make this bred heifer sale elite is they want me to sell cattle that we would want to buy. And I don't know what more to say. I mean, this is absolutely out of what I feel like is one of, if not the best cow I've got on the place. Charlie sold a $62,000 in-God steer out of, we call her Mama Mia. He sold he sold 4 or 5 a few years ago, I think, Charlie, for like a $25,000 average. That, Dave, you bought one of those that won the Ohio Beef Expo. This cow doesn't miss. She raised the $30,000 Gronk heifer this fall. She just raised the Reserve Grand Champion Maintainer Bull at North American in Louisville. Her first calf was honestly a full sib to these 3 heifers that we kept as a promotion bull we call 2-fold. And let me tell you, I say this very, very confidently, that bull has been way, way underused. bottom line, Mia's a generator. We start with this one only because I felt like she was kind of the combination of the three. She's not as freaky as the next one, but she is, she is, I guess, in my opinion, just the ultimate complete Mia. I've seen a lot of these now. Mia herself is a very, very good egg producer, so we've had lots of progeny around here. If you want to get a piece of Mia, this is probably going to be the cheapest way to do it. I've sold lots of eggs, and they all bring, upwards of $2,000 an egg. So this would be a good way to get a piece of Mia. These are clean, triple clean.
Yes, lot 17 is bred to that he just talked is bred to Vegas. 18 is bred to Full Tilt, and 19 is bred to May We All. So anyway, look at these, and because I do know that cow will never probably leave this place. I can't see her leaving. There's a lot of sentimental value to her, but most importantly, she is a generator. And when Joe put these 3 full sibs to 2-fold in here, I was about flipped out. I couldn't believe it, to be honest. So anyway, we'll move on. But these 3, mark them on your short list and bid early, bid often. All right, moving on here to lot 20, tag 158, one that Chuck and Devins brought to us. Club Calf Deluxe is what you want to say here. I don't need to tell anybody that when you got a monopoly cow, you've got potential of raising something. I mean, because that mating with monopoly on the bottom side has just been tremendous, and sought after. And I know in my buying sprees, those ones out of the monopoly cows, they just feed good. So here's a monopoly sired bred heifer out of Starburst, and then on top of that, a little of that shorthorn in there in the background on the bottom side gives you some of that fur. And she actually registers up as a shorthorn plus, AI'd to Love and Size. Chuck, what do you think here?
She's a creature, a little moderate in her kind. I think, like you said, Club Calf Deluxe. Again, we did genetic testing on all these. Hopefully have it back by sale day. I think that for some people could make the decision of how you go about breeding her to raise some show steers, whether you swing for the fence or you stay clean. My guess is as good as yours if she's dirty or clean, but another one that I think could raise some steers down the road.
Absolutely. I think that one there's a Club Calf Deluxe reproduced. And, moderate, that's kind of a good thing nowadays. It seems like I kind of like to think about these cows and bulls. Sometimes you just got to look for the extremes. And she, I think, is one of those, and from any angle when you study her. All right, lot 21. 21 is a Maine Angus that Joe and Carrie's brought. Daddy's Money out of a Primo fullback. I think if I remember right, that Primo was I don't know if we ever showed her, Joe, or showed much of her, but she was a heifer that we bought some time ago there from Dan and Dave Scheich out of that fullback cow that they were flushing. Like I said, she's a Maine Angus. She's not AI'd. She's pasture exposed to Captain. She's triple clean. Joe, what do you think here?
Yeah, thanks, Dave. So the mother's a cow we call China. China, you bought her from the Scheich boys for $15,000 for us. She was champion commercial heifer. She's a purebred Angus. We showed her as a commercial heifer because for the time she was too much, and you can see she kind of passes that on. She broke her pastern on the ice, and we did not get to show her after the Badger kickoff that year. Long story short, this bred heifer is actually a full sib to the Day family, JW's family, The year of COVID would have showed a steer that you sold them, Dave, that would have been selected as champion maintainer, and then Land of Lincoln champion that year when Wes Keller and those guys had that all Illinois like showdown replacement for the state fair. This is a very, very nice bred heifer. Her picture, I was a little disappointed. If you read the footnotes on her, it says that she was, in fact, just exposed to our bull Captain. I actually watched this heifer get bred by Captain 2 days after I put him in there. She preg checked very long term, so don't be afraid and not look in here because you think she's going to calve in May. She'll calve there in February and March, just like the rest of them. Probably, if not my favorite, one of the favorite bred, my favorite bred in this office.
You know, this is a perfect example and a reason why these previews is awesome. Is that because they hear the little things. Because I learned some stuff on this one right here. You know, just like that, to know that you actually seen her get bred early and know she's going to have an early calf, and preg checks that way. That's good to know. And I couldn't remember. I was trying to think there when we introduced this lot. I couldn't remember why I couldn't remember the show career of this one's mother, but I remember her getting on that foot, and we never did show. So yeah, is one here that you sure like from every aspect. Okay, lot 22. Here's one. Here I am, and I think that whenever we went through who made who, and people said, "What are we going to do with these who made who females?" And then we went through heat wave. What are we going to do with heat wave females? What are we going to do with monopoly females? What are we going to do with here I am females? And history has shown. It is what it is. And whenever these here I am's come up, people like, well, I don't get a heifer. But quite frankly, the truth is, this year I've seen a lot of cattle, a lot of good ones that I looked up on the sheet and was out of ham females. And so don't let that scare you, being club calf bred on the top side. Steel Force on the bottom side, AI to love and size. I think this one here, Chuck, you can tell us what it is, but I think you've sold quite a few of them that'll be full sibs to her as well.
Yeah, this one I actually got from buddy Jesse Hubler out there in Ohio. Bought as a open heifer, full sib. He's sold 6 or 7 of them. I think he's averaged well over 10,000. A full brother would have won Louisville Prospect Show this last year. Calf that a lot of people like there. The bottom side of this cow, Steel Force, goes back to the Miss America. Got a little Simmental genetics there in the bottom side. Another club calf that I think could down the road race some really nice steers. Like you said, Dave, I think here I am's will be here to stay as cows, just as in the past all the other club calf bulls have shown. They will work.
Yeah, here to stay. Be the next name to the next bull that she raises. Lot 23. Lot 23 is one that Joe's got here. Real club calf looking. Just has a club calf type of look to her. She's a sweet Willie on a plate. We talked about those monopolies earlier when they had that monopoly sired bred heifer. You're going to see that show up on those dam side. That's always seems to be sweet Willie on a monopoly cow. Registered maintainer, AI to may we all. Joe, give us your thoughts here on this club. What I call her club calf looking, and maybe that's the wrong statement I should be making, but she is. She's stout, she's square, she's big backed.
Yep, a little more moderate. Sweet Willie here, Dave. A lot of people don't know Sweet Willie is basically a 7/8 sib to the All Me bull. That's quite popular. This one goes back to a monopoly cow, and you can see she's got all the monopoly features: the hair, the bone, the look. I can't remember exactly. Let me look at my notes quick. She's bred the calf to May We All. I remember that's why I did her to May We All. Quite a bit of success with these May We All Sweet Willie Monopolies. When you get just a touch club calf in there, that's what I like so much about this one.
Yeah, I think a guy can bid on this one. Probably one that's not just town dog fat, built good. Um, um, Bid early, bid often on that one right there, and I think she can raise something, if in my opinion. Okay, lot 24. Major case of the choke of the neck. She could lick salt out of the bottom of a 55-gallon drum. Freak neck, freaky looking. I mean, she is she's something else. She's a sweet Willie on the top side again, just like the one right before us. But this one, instead of going back to a monopoly, this one goes back to a heat wave. And we talk about some of them club calf bulls. Wonder what they do with the males. Well, we've come to find out, and history has shown, and don't ever buck history. You can't teach experience, and his experience and history has shown us that those club calf have made great calves on down the line. So Sweet Willie, Heat Wave, bred heifer, registers up as a maintained, bred to loving size. Chuck, what do you got? What do you got here besides a giraffe?
Yeah, the only Sweet Willie we had this year for the bred heifer sale, but a little bigger outlined. Was a little greener as a heifer calf. Took a little more time for her to mature, but has matured into a really, really nice bred heifer. Big feet, extra length, high tying. I honestly think made it up to love and size. Could yield a really nice first calf. I think a very promising young Maine club calf bred heifer.
Yeah, for sure, doubt about that. That one right there's got a look that you can't miss. Lot 25, lot 25. This is a high Maine heifer that Joe and Carrie's brought to you. Sweet Willie, class on class is on the bottom side. And just a little note here. This one here is bred to brilliance with sex semen, and hopefully we'll have a Mangus heifer calf alongside here for long. This one here goes back to one of the best cow families that Joe has got here on the place. I think this is one you need to have on your short list. High Maine, Joe, give us your thoughts here.
Yep. So I've had a few of this exact mating. She does go back to our Cinderella cow family, which is Carrie's favorite cow family on the place. One of the things I want to point out when I'm mating cattle and I'm looking for, goods and bad, one of the things that we see with this mating especially, even though these are triple clean, if you look, she's got the good solid black fuzzy legs and fuzzy hair. So she looks H, but she's not. We feel like that a heifer like this, will make a tremendous donor cow. That attribute, when you take and her then to club calf or other Maine and Jews to make breeding cattle, they will not lose their hair. No way that you're going to take the hair off of one like this. So really, 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 really deep genetics here in our herd. A lot of predictability here. Really, lot 25.
Obviously, Joe thinks a lot of this one right here, and I know that cow family around here, great job. Lot 26, 26 is a full sib to the one we talked about earlier, lot 16. And if you watch the commentary and the video of lot 16, you're going to get the same thing here on lot 26 when it comes right down to pedigree. I made a joking comment on lot 16, her sister, that Sam and that broker on the side, Sam bottom side broker, and they had this little ale down there in Stillwater, Oklahoma this past weekend, and those two, Sam and broker, you heard all the time. But along with hearing that, you heard Steve up on the block with asking for big figures. So I don't expect any less right here. Bred to double up. Pure. What are you thinking on here like this one? When you see in picture and video, I'm not sure which one of the pair of the sisters I like best. Maybe you can tell us.
Yeah, I mean, a guy's just going to have to pick your type and kind. This one of the sisters is maybe a little bolder, a little stouter when you get right in behind her. The Baldy's maybe a little higher tying and cooler necked yet. I think both have a really, really nice running gear. The one gives you a little white on the face. This one comes you a solid black. Both of them really, really nice purebred semis. I think a guy could go a lot of ways come breeding time.
Yeah, I think Guy just pulls flips on them two sisters. Them are two very, very good purebred Simmental females that being by Charlie and Devin right there. Very, very good. Lot 27, another high main that Joe's bringing here. Sweet Willie on a style Katie. Katie, that cow family is not to be needs no introduction. This is one right here that I've heard Joe say this one right here should have been shown, and she never made it to the show barn. Maybe she should have been, but there's only so many hours in a day, and that's just the way it goes. She'll register up as a high main. She's not AI. She is just pasture exposed, but this one right here is awful good. Stout female. Joe?
Yep. So her mother is our style Katie, and she was actually the first of those style Katies. I'd like to think that we kind of made that mating famous. Her mother won the Illinois State Fair, Illinois Junior Beef Breed Jackpot Show that year because my daughter was too young to show at the State Fair. So this was literally this is out of McClay's first show ever. Like you said, Dave, she's a purebred main. She may or may not have been loaded at one time to go to Charlie's to get sold as a show heifer in the fall. And I just decided I was going to keep some of these better high mains and maintainers and hold them back for this bred sale. This one is very docile. She's broke to lead. Good beef.
Yeah, I think you said good. I kind of like that. Good beef. Reminds me of the old Wendy's commercial. All right, 28. Charlie and Devin's got one here. This one right here is an exit ramp, rumor mill, rock star. And a rock star she could be. I think this is a full sister to the famous 300 donor cow. She'll register with a paper, come with a paper, maintainer paper, bred to love and size. Charlie, you like them with the neck, it appears to me. You keep bringing them this way.
Yeah, full sib to our, 300 donor. That donor has really done a good job for us as a young main cow. 300 would have raised 2 years ago. We averaged, I think, 45,000 on a couple steers. Just this year, 100 sold mafias on Jeff Paulson's sale, one for 115 and one for 23. I think this cow, honestly, compared to 300 at this time, is probably even freakier in terms of her front third. Probably have a shot more power. That 300 is maybe a little softer at this time, but I think there's plenty of bulls that you could mate this one to get that. She got a real riled up there on picture day, but a very, very nice main donor or prospect. I think something a guy could go a lot of ways down the road to raise some females or to raise some show steers.
Yeah, I think a little dose of that 300 cow and some of that progeny there in the past. Been in on that, and I know it was it wasn't at 1,500. So I think you could add some zeros. But anyway, good job, freaky made, great one right there. Full sib to the 300 donor there at Charlie's. All right, lot 20 is a Guinness out of that fullback or primo fullback Angus cow that Joe and Carrie have here that we talked about earlier. This one right here is a Limflex. She'll represent the Limflex division today in the sale, but I will tell you, it's kind of like Lentrix. When you got one like this and they come into a single entry, you wish there was more to compare to, because this one right here is awful good in a lot of ways, and goes back to that shite cow that we talked about earlier. That is very good. Joe, what's your thoughts here? What you're thinking here on this Limflex? Because I know you ain't got a bunch of these around, so why you decide to sell this bred heifer?
Yeah, thanks, Dave. I really liked that Guinness bull of Jeff's that time when we saw him. I thought, just mating cattle, cow to cow, bull to bull, I thought it would work really good. China cow, and it did. Charlie, two of these. Charlie sold one as an open heifer, I believe, last year. We kept this one back for the bred sale. She's really docile. She is bred our Captain Bull. I watched this cow get bred on June 5th. I've got it marked down in my phone. Just good, long, tall, extra tall shouldered, extra good feet and legs. If you like limmies, I mean, this is a really nice, Limflex bred heifer.
Yeah, that and again, this is a great reason we're doing some of these previews like this, because you get to hear the little things in the background, such as Joe saying that she was bred early there on June. I think he said June 5th, but early June, and so I think that's way cool. Very good female right there, and get you a Guinness and bid. Hit the button. Lot 30. The only Smurfer, some call them onion heads. I think there are lots of names for them. These are kind of pretty close to me here in recent times. Personally, I've kind of grown to I've never had any Herefords around or anything like that. And the girls showed one this past year, and I actually looked at some this past weekend. We just these Herefords get me excited anymore, and that's because they're making them and they look just like this right here. But right here is a full throttle. Notice me, bred to love and size again. I thought I said that wrong, but anyway, Charlie, give us the background story on this Hereford heifer.
Actually, a pretty interesting story. Joe acquired a group of recips from a gentleman around Iowa City a couple years ago. Sent them up to my house to calve with a bunch of really nice club calf embryos in them. I believe this one's recip had a "Here I Am" tag in her, and when it came out red and white, I was kind of confused. We'll just say that the record keeping wasn't very good, but after some book work, we figured out that this was a purebred Hereford heifer, and she stuck around. I knew she was going to be on this bred heifer sale. She comes to us a little more moderate, a little greener, but her build is tremendous. Really nice structured, really smooth shouldered. Didn't have any Hereford semen in the tank when we come breeding, so she got bred to the love and size. Cavanese bull. I would sure think that you'll still white one.
Yeah, that's kind of a cool. That would be a reason why a Maine Jew or crossbred or club calf two breeding firms have a Hereford. Got it by accident, and that's kind of a cool story. But anyway, moving on to lot 31. 31's another one of them sweet Willie daughters. We've seen a lot of the Willie daughters coming through the sale here, and they're just making very good females. And this here's a maintainer heifer, Sweet Willie, on a darling. She is pasture exposed there to Captain, and I think this one right here is one of them that is. And this one here is out of last year's high selling bred female out of last sale. So this would be our first calf heifer. Joe?
Yeah, actually, this is actually her second calf. I sold her mother was one of the show heifers that I bought a few years back. We sold her to last year's sale. She was personally my high seller. I don't remember exactly what her mother brought. I think her mother brought maybe 10, 11, 12,000. I keep that things, but this is a really nice bred heifer. These last couple here are mine. You can clearly see now that as we do the preview, the majority of mine are farm home raised cattle. And I think this is typical of what you'd come and when you'd find, on our place. Good feet and legs, THPHDS clean, nice haired, probably a skosh moderate. But if you came and looked at her, I would say this is the type of heifer, you've heard that terminology, maybe could be the buy of the sale. This heifer's bred really good. She might not have taken the greatest picture or video. So if somebody doesn't have a great big checkbook, I'd look in here. This is a really nice bred. She was too, just as a side note, Dave, you keep mentioning, and this is why I love this so much. I did watch this heifer get bred on May 30th to our bull, and she preg checked to that date of May 30th.
Yeah, that is cool, and I want to point out something else here is that I appreciate it when someone says, hey, because everybody wants to buy the high seller, they need to buy them within their price range, and it's awesome to hear a breeder say this one right here will probably be under the money, and for whatever reason, but you have that much faith in them that you those are the kind that those people need to pay attention to and put on their short list. I think that's way good. I like Chuck, which is a purebred Angus bull. He's an Insight Classin. Goes back to the ex-Winnie. Which was I shouldn't say a show heifer. It was a show heifer that was by the Chamberlains, but Joe bought it there when the kids were just starting to get started. And I remember Joe saying when he bought the heifer, I don't care if I ever show her, but she was an ex-Winnie. He bought her for a donor cow. This one here registers up as a maintainer. She's bred to Mall. This is the natural calf out of Kiki, the donor.
Yep. This is another one, Dave, just like the last lot. Not going to lie. Her mother, we'd flushed her consistently there for a few years. The donor, our Kiki donor happened to be running up at Charlie and Devon's. A lot of people, I don't know if they know that or not, but we've stuck some cows up there for those guys to run, and we work very closely, the two of us. So she actually was running with Charlie's purebred bull. We call him Chuck, and he got bred. And I mean, this is a heifer that, when you get a phone call a year from now, 6 months from now, and somebody says, I only had to give 32 for that heifer, and boy, she like a calf that sold for 8,000, or she laid down and had a heifer that I'm going to keep, or, I honestly enjoy that. And they can't all sell high. This may be one of those. I mean, royally bred, just because she's out of Charlie's cleanup bull. I mean, we select things with the utmost discretion. So don't disvalue her because of that. But really nice bred heifer. Once again, would be a main Angus. So if you're looking for that main Angus division, she'll come with papers. Yeah, sorry, I called this heifer a main Angus. She's just a maintainer. Sorry about that.
Hey, that's all good, Joe. We all have those moments. We ain't getting any younger, because that heifer right there is very good and can definitely raise something. But sometimes when you get one out of the cleanup bull like that, they get devalued, and that's a shame in a way. Hey, the last lot in the sales, lot 33, and this here's the only purebred Lemmy, one limb flex and one purebred Lemmy in the sale, and this is her. This one here's, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is one that that Devon's got something to do with here at Gensini Cattle. She's a Guns N' Roses on a limousine dam. She's registered. She's AI to express sexed female semen. And so you are going to be hopefully getting a female out of here. Joe, what's the backstory on lot 30?
Yep. So Devin Cox, who's been around here for a few years, I let him bring a few cows here to my place, and this is the offspring of one of them. I'm not really gonna be able to do this lot as much justice as I'd like to, because honestly, she's royally bred as a purebred limousine. She's the Guns N' Roses bull, which is a Crown Royal out of the famous cow of Ratliff's down there. Her mother was actually the 2014 Supreme Female at San Antonio. She's the mother of the Grand Champion Purebred in 2019 at the Limousine Internationals, and she's had multiple champions all across the southern U.S. Devin had a chance to buy part of this heifer's mother years ago, so she is royally bred. What's really even more awesome is she's bred to Conley's Express Bull with sex female semen. Devin had no intention of selling this heifer time. It's just the way the bubble bounces when a guy needs to make a little money and sell some stock. You know, he dug pretty deep here, and she's one heck of a nice limousine bred heifer. Buy with confidence.
Yeah, and when you're Devin's age, we might not know the backstory. He might have a chick involved somewhere back in there and need a little freaking extra going out to eat money. Because I don't know why he honestly would sell her, because this one right here is awful good when it comes to body shape and stout. But we'll find out the backstory on Devin here after we get off here and go from there. But that's lot 33. Now do a close.
I would like to make one comment for anybody that's going to watch this video. This being maybe SC's first opportunity to go after this kind of live preview. You know, I know, Dave, you and I have been talking about something like this for quite a while in our travels, just as we visit. I particularly absolutely love to tell the story about our cattle we sell and what goes on around here and our mind. I don't see this happening on any other platform right now. So I'm super excited. I hope everybody's enjoyed it. If you have other questions that you want answered before the sale, I strongly suggest you come see the cattle in Hennepin. If I'm not here, Devin Cox or Xavier Ferris would be more than happy to show you around. There's several four-wheelers sitting here. We've turned these bred heifers out on nice clean grass, so you don't even need a set of mud boots. We'll help everybody get these cattle moved around as soon as the sale is over. I know Charlie and I both have big trailers. We'd be more than happy to work with everybody about trying to get things moved around. I'd say time is essence. A lot of these bred heifers have fairly soon. We will keep them for a limited time in order to make it convenient to get them moved around. But, you know, I don't want to have to hold on to these any longer than we need to. We've all got a million things going on, and I don't know about Charlie, but I've always got too many cows around. So, you know, here again, any questions, feel free to give a call.
Yeah, thank you. I think, like Joe mentioned, this new live preview just gives a little more background on some things maybe that don't get said online or showed online. And again, if anybody has any more questions, I know Dave walked through them. I believe Colby's going to come walk through them here today or tomorrow. Call Devin, Xavier, Joe, or me, and we'll answer anything honestly and as quickly as we can.
Yeah, on behalf of SCO and Walton, we thank you guys for tuning in. We thank Charlie and Joe for letting them not really be a guinea pig, because we kind of knew a little bit more than what than to call them a guinea pig, but we knew that these things are good. They've been done in other species, and we wanted to introduce them here. And I think you'll see the reason why, because when you watch these things, you just get a better feel of what you're looking at from an outside looking in, from a buyer's standpoint, whether they're going to be able to make it or not. And I know everybody's busy, we all are, and I know what the numbers look like, and I know how many people bid sight unseen, and this just gives you just a little better feel about what you're doing when you hit the button. So thanks to Charlie and his crew, thanks to Joe and his crew. They've got a great set of heifers. We invite you all to come and look at them in person. If not, call somebody. But you've got two very good firms right here going to back these cattle, and we'll stand behind you and help you on down the road. So thank you again for tuning in. We appreciate y'all.
Join us on Thursday, December 28th. Wilson Cattle Company and Gensini Show Cattle host their bred female sale. Online bidding will be hosted by SC Online Sales. For sale questions, contact Colby Tabor at 309-335-1939. Again, check out the offering from Wilson Cattle Company and Gensini Show Cattle on SC Online Sales.